Welcome in, all you members of the Duval Devout. This is the Duval Dive. Of course, I'm Kyle Nash, student of the game, here to talk some more Jaguar action with you. But we're not just doing it in Jacksonville and in Duval County. Vegas is getting involved. A lot of betting odds have dropped recently, and I wanted the opportunity to chat it up just to see what Vegas in the football world thinks. And since I know he's a very vaunted member of the football world, especially among the Duval Devout, I bring in Big Cat Country's own Travis D. Holmes. What's going on, champion?
Bruh, we are talking money, and I love talking money. Let's go.
Well, I mean, it's only money if you win. And listen, the whole reason I avoid betting in general is just because risk isn't necessarily my favorite thing. But something we did want to talk about is very interesting stuff surrounding Trevor Lawrence in particular. And I thought it was fascinating that he was one of the top odds potential, whatever you want to call it, for one particular NFL award. Of course, that is the comeback player of the year. And I want to kind of show the odds that we have there for it. There we go. Boom. Now we see the top guy there is currently Aiden Hutchinson, and that makes some sense. Sure. Fine. Whatever. Aiden Hutchinson. Christian McCaffrey. Listen, I do happen to have my 49er cap on for you pod listeners out there. That makes a ton of sense. Dak Prescott, he's a Cowboy. Of course, they're going to bet on somebody. Trevor Lawrence at the fourth spot, though, overall, plus 500. So if you bet $100, you win $500. Should Trevor Lawrence be the comeback player of the year? Travis, thoughts?
That's a hard lineup, bro. Like, you got Max Crosby in that lineup. You got J.J. McCarthy, Dak Prescott, obviously Aiden Hutchinson, and Christian McCaffrey. And Detroit's going to likely do well. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Between CMC, whether or not he ends up doing well as a running back, I
Staying
can
healthy.
see, healthy. Like that's a big piece. I can see that that's a difficult lineup, but also, hey man, you're top 4 odd getter, and you can multiply your winnings times 5. Whatever it's $10, $100, whatever it is. I think that's a solid spot for Trevor Lawrence to probably win that award, but also it's the Travis Hunter effect. The fact that Travis Hunter and BTJ are going to be his 2 receivers. Those numbers. Hey man, those 2024 numbers, those are rookie numbers. Got to pump that up. Those might be a little bit larger. So I can see it happening. But he's obviously got to stay healthy, and they got to protect him. So hopefully that.
Well, you finally careened yourself into the correct reason why that's an awesome bet. The O-line, it's redone. Yeah. The reason why he's a comeback player of the year in the first place is because the Jags failed to revamp the offensive line. They got him hurt the year before, buddy. That's the big reason why this is a big deal, in my opinion, and you touched on it too. Travis Hunter effect. It's not like BTJ is no longer a factor. Of course, you mentioned him. And I would also even add in De'Ami Brown as a number 3. If they do that package that I keep talking about on this show, thinking it would only ever be a concept and not potential reality of the reverse red zone. Again, need to come. We'll call it the fly zone. The fly zone a package being, when they need to shoot the ball down the field to try to take a shot at one of those lottery winning, so to speak. Yeah,
lottery winning tickets, we'll call them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. One of those ticket hits touchdowns that BTJ would be apt to do at least once a game, it felt like, when he was healthy. Mm-hmm. And now you got a Travis Hunter that has that potential. De'Ami Brown has that potential if everybody's all that distracted by everybody else. And then another underrated piece. No, I don't necessarily mean Brenton Strange. I mean Travis Etienne. He's pretty good catching the football out of the backfield. Maybe Bashaw Tuitt is a factor there as a rookie doing that thing too. I mean, I would say
with an offense, and he has an offensive coordinator who was top 5 in the league in screens run last year, whether it's wide receiver screens or running back screens. So Bashaw Tuitt and Travis Etienne, get your hands ready, baby.
Yeah, these are the things that pump up stats, and all too often stats decide the award, right? This is how Joe Flacco got it over a dude that literally died on the football field. Sorry. that whole DeMar Hamlin situation still a sticky wicket with me, man. What can I say when it comes to that? So I don't know. If you were degenerate, you may be inclined to place that bet. I get it.
Right. Then you get into the other bets. Obviously, we got more that's coming. Like the MVP odds are even
Let's pop those beasts
better
up.
for Mr. Trevor Lawrence. So maybe you're just like, maybe that plus 500, that sounds cool, but that only gets me $50 if I bet $10. What about the MVP odds? Well, I'm happy you asked.
Yeah,
So
it depends with whom you're dealing. Obviously, DraftKings, BetMGM have 3,500 or 4,500. There's a really big number from FanDuel at 4,000. I think BetESPN has plus 5,000 if I'm reading that right. What I think is more ridiculous is if you're looking at this on the video, you're seeing probably wanting to throw things if you're a member of the Duval Devout. Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, and Drake May are all ahead of Trevor Lawrence in the odds. What are we doing as an MVP candidate?
They're thinking maybe they have an easy schedule, and you know what? I got nothing. That's as much as I'm trying to BS this. I got no reason that should actually be the case, unless even Vegas is down on Trevor Lawrence. And if that is the case, cool. That means the better odds for you, Duval County. That means y'all should be swimming in the money if you have any opportunity to, bet $10, bet $50, bet $100 here and there. Because again, a plus 4,500 means you bet $100, you get $4,500. And I am not telling you to bet money you don't have.
I'm about to say, please bet responsibly. That's all right.
Yeah, absolutely, bet responsibly. But if you have a $50 bet, hey man, that might be one to put it on plus 4,500, and that's not even. Oh Lord, and we haven't even talked about the offensive player of the year odds. You thought plus 4,500 was something crazy. Trevor Lawrence's chance of winning Offensive Player of the Year in the 2025-2026 season is plus 15,000. So if you bet $100, that's $15,000. You bet you bet $10, that's $1,500. That is a ridiculous bet. That's a throwaway bet for anybody, honestly.
I'll say this. If you truly believe, like a lot of people do out there are people already voting Travis Hunter as one of the top 5 players on the roster currently. I can't yet. Can we wait till he snaps a single snap of football before we move Foye Oluokun off that list? And by the way, then people want to wonder why I said Foye Oluokun was an underrated player. Please reference the previous episode. However, if you believe in them like that with BTJ, with De'Ami Brown, how do you not at least think about Trevor Lawrence in that concept? Because while those guys are all going to steal yards from each other, they're going to blow up the passing stats.
That's it. I mean, you called it, bro. Like Trevor has to be part of that conversation. But again, this is also Vegas, and Vegas is normally generally right on these things. So I'm shocked to see it, unless bettors have kind of moved these lines. Maybe they started at different lanes and no one was betting on Trevor Lawrence, so then they started giving it better odds. Or the same thing can be, vice versa if the odds are a little bit higher now because people are starting to realize and put money on it. So the odds do move. So we'll see how that goes in the coming weeks. But if you are interested, these bets are, as of the time of this recording, these are where the lines are. So if you have an opportunity, you may want to lock that in early.
I mean, I think it's late enough out to where the Travis Hunter effect, there's no more bulky effect, the Liam Cohen is the new coach effect have all taken hold and are severely locked in. I'd be interesting to hear how the wise guys counter with all of that as we approach the season and get out of training camp. So Travis C. Holmes, tell the world.
Well, I mean, find me on all the socials. Travis D. Holmes. I'm, of course, talking all things Jacksonville Jaguars, all things college football, all things NFL football, but mainly Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval till we die, of course. But BigCatCountry.com. Just keep it locked in, where we're going to have you covered with anything relating to the Jacksonville Jaguars, rookie minicamp, OTAs, minicamp, veteran minicamp, etc. Where can you be found, sir?
Of course, I'm Kyle Nash, the student of the game. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at the SOTG. Find my work writing on the Fans First Sports Network, covering the Orlando Magic and the Jacksonville Jaguars, as well as my work with the Black and Gold Banneret, covering UCF football and basketball, as well as the Night Shift podcast and YouTube channel. By the way, get a hold of your life if you haven't done it yet. Follow the Duval Dive YouTube channel And of course, check out the podcast if you aren't already. We're doing things, Travis. D. Holmes, I'll tell you what. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Until next time, everyone, class dismissed.